I'm going to show you 10 new survival gear items that I just put into my bug out bag for 2021, and you should consider too. Hey, what's up, Warriors? It is Jeff from WarriorLife.com, and look, your bug out bag is not a one and done event. It is not just something you pack up, stick away in the bat cave somewhere, and then pull it out when the zombies come out of the ground. You definitely need to have this thing updated over time, depending upon sometimes the seasons or the threats you may face, to pull stuff out that might be out of date. But understand that this is not everything that's inside of my bug out bag. I have another video on that. If you want to look at the essentials that you put inside of your bug out bag as a core amount of survival gear, you'll find another video here on our channel that you'll be able to go and watch that. But these are the add-ons based upon what we've currently seen. So check this out. Okay, the biggest event that we've had to deal with recently has been the pandemic, which happened throughout 2020 and is still, we're neck deep in it in 2021. So you definitely need to make sure that you are protected if you ever have to leave your home because of a natural disaster, civil unrest, anything that forces you out. The cooties are out there still. So you need to make sure that you don't get the cooties. And being sprayed for life back in 3rd grade didn't count toward being sprayed for the cooties. You need to keep them off of you, and you do that by bumping up your immune system. So even though right now you should already be taking vitamin C and vitamin D, and some zinc, you want to have some of these inside of your bug out bag because you don't know what resources are going to be like if you are in a situation where things have deteriorated and you're out there having to live out of a bug out bag somewhere. You need to keep your immune system up, not just for the cooties and COVID, but also just for general diseases and bacteria that you might find yourself coming in contact with. Your body needs to be able to fight that off. This is going to help you to do that. Now, the zinc I recommend you doing in lozenges. So I learned this little trick from a friend of mine, Ox, super brilliant dude, who said that basically you just want to keep sucking on the lozenges until they taste like crap. Basically what your body does is you want to saturate it with zinc, and so your body tells you when it's had enough zinc by making it taste really horrible. So keep sucking on the lozenges. It'll help with thirst. Kind of tastes like candy. Helps with the throat as well, this elderberry zinc. I like these a lot. And this will help you to boost up your immune system. Also related to the pandemic, a few other items here are, you definitely want to have masks inside of your bug out bag. So if you're like me, you're always looking around like, where did I keep my mask? Where's my mask? Where's my mask? You don't want to be doing that if it's a forced evacuation. You have to get out of Dodge fast. So you definitely want to have some masks that are inside of your bug out bag. Have a whole stack of them in there. But if resources really are low and people are desperate on masks, you don't want to show people that you have masks, which is why I like to have a neck gaiter. There's a lot of different ways that you can use this. You can put this up over your face to be able to, a lot of people use them as a filter. They're not really very good for that. They don't really work like that, but it will hide you actually having a good like N95 mask on your face, so that other people aren't going to say, hey, you have any more masks? So I like to have this. It's going to help protect that as well. Okay. One thing also to go with it is people don't really take into account the eyes when it comes to being able to come into contact with the COVID virus or other bacteria like that. And so I recommend that you get some swimming goggles, or if you have prescription lenses, you get an actual pair of sports glasses that you would use for like basketball or tennis or handball that are prescription, that you can wear. They're impact resistant. That way if your glasses get broken, you'll still be able to see. But this is going to put a seal around your eyes so that you can actually keep the cooties out of your eyes, because your eyes are they're moist and they can become susceptible to bacteria and the virus. So this is going to help you to be able to keep that out of your eyes as well. So I recommend putting that inside of there as well. And the last thing related to the pandemic itself is to have your own pulse oximeter, which is basically a little device. You've seen this at hospitals or at the doctor's office, and it just goes right on your finger and it measures the oxygen levels in your body. So there are times that you don't want to go to the hospital because that's where the cooties are. You can actually come into contact and get infected there. But at some point, you might be in a situation where you do have to go. The pulse oximeter is only a few bucks. It's like 16 bucks I think I paid for this one. But it'll tell you your oxygen level. So if it gets below like 92, down into like the high 80s, you are looking at, you might need to go on go to some place where there's going to have a respirator available for you. There's a time where you're going to have to seek medical attention. This is going to help you to be able to do that. Super lightweight, fits right inside of your bug out bag. All right, so this is for the cooties, pandemic survival gear. So the other thing that really happened this past year was an election. An election to beat all elections. And we saw protests, we saw rioting, we saw a siege on the Capitol, we saw all these different things happening out there. And let's face it, I don't think it's going to get any better out there. I think we're a divided nation right now. I think we're going to get more divided as things go forward. I think we're going to see more protests, more riots, more looting. I think we're going to see all of those things. And if you're ever forced out of your home, either because of civil unrest in your area, or it's a true disaster or an SHTF or collapse or whatever, then you're going to find yourself, you don't know who you're going to be surrounded by. And we know that right now there are different tribes out there. We've got a left and a right tribe, and you don't know which one you might come into contact with. So I recommend always kind of blending in with the crowd. It's all about survival. It's not about thumping your chest and saying, I believe in this, or go Trump, or go Black Lives Matter, Antifa, or whatever. It's about you and your survival and your family's survival. So you got to blend in where you can. So if you suddenly find yourself in the middle of there's a protest, or they're marching down the street, or things are going wrong, you got to be able to blend in. So I recommend having a hat with one of these little Velcro patches on the front of it. But you might find yourself in a situation where you might need to blend in with the crowd. And so putting that on, when you look around you and you see that it's a Black Lives Matter movement or whatever, you might be able to just blend in there. Go for it, right? Or likewise, you might be over at the Capitol going to get a hot dog in the square or whatever, and all of a sudden there's another siege, and guess what? Go Trump. Yay, make America great again. So wherever it is, you got to be able to blend in. That's camouflage. That's true camouflage. So you want to like hoot and holler, make sure, yeah, I'm right with you guys, whatever side that is, until you can escape the area and get you and your family to safety. All right? The other thing I recommend is having some sort of security on you. Obviously, I'm not going to go into all like firearms and things like that, but you need some sort of non-lethal form of security that you can use. And for that, I really like a taser. Sometimes you just need people to back off. So if people are trying to get you out of the vehicle, or you're being carjacked, or whatever it is, if having this handy and just a good zap there is going to make somebody get away from you. So if it's just a shouting match, or you get into like there's some debate going on and people start like getting unruly around you, that's a universal sound for back the off. Right? Okay, so having one of these, I really like these for just getting people off there. Or if you've got to get somebody off of you on the ground, you can pull this out, zap them off of you. You're not going to need to know any like super mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu or anything. That can be your jiu-jitsu, all right? So these are 10 items that you can put inside of your bag right now for 2021 that hopefully you'll never have to use, but if you do, it's there. Okay, that wraps things up for me, but now I want to hear from you. What have you added to your escape gear or your bug out bag for the times that we're living in right now? Go ahead and leave a comment down below the video, or you can head on over to warriorlifetips.com. And if you leave a tip there and we end up using it in one of our social media channels or on our site, we'll go ahead and give you credit for it and send you out a thank you gift as a special thank you for sharing your advice with everybody, okay? And don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you like this video, and give us a thumbs up so you can get notified of more videos coming down the way. This is Jeff Anderson saying prepare, train, and survive.